You're listening to Spark TV, where we bring you daily interviews with real women in business at all stages. I'm your host, Danielle Lewis, and I am so grateful to have you here. So good, Aleace and Rachael. Welcome to Spark TV.
Hello, thanks for having us. It's so good to be here.
I love it. So good to have two of you. I've only done, I think, two podcasts before where I've had two people. So I'm excited. Let's just see how this goes, if we can make it happen.
Yeah, sounds great.
Let's start out by telling everyone who you are and what you do.
Okay, so yeah, I'm Aleace, and Rach. I guess you could see our names on the screen, can't you? Yeah, and we're the founders of Aloca. So Aloca is an online platform that connects beautiful locations across Australia with people who need to create marketing content. So brands, you think fashion, TV commercials, producers, directors, branding photographers, any ad you sort of see on TV that involves a house or a studio, that's where we come in. Yeah, Aloka is a bit different to other agencies out there because we connect the brand and the host directly. So we've made our platform really streamlined. And yeah, Rach and I like to think we partner with these homes to build them brands and to build them, yeah, themselves a personal brand and of course another income.
So good. I love this. So, being co-founders, do you divide and conquer who does what in the business?
Yeah, when we first started out, I guess we had no idea what we were doing, so we were both just like doing everything. And then we were like literally sat down and were like, okay, who's good at what? And so we for a few years divided and conquered. I would say and then we've brought in a team member who can now run the day to day. And so then we still divide and conquer, but I would say that the last probably 18 months work, we work together every day closely, but we've been building our new website.
Oh, cool.
Yes. So we have been working very closely on that, but again, having our roles in that, building that and knowing who's doing what. And yeah, so sorry.
And Rach and I are very far apart. So I'm in Newcastle, she's in the Sunshine Coast. So when we started Aloca, we were both in Brisbane. But now we're, a 10-hour drive away from each other and we don't get to see each other as often as we like. But this year we're going to because we know how important it is. When we get together, we can just accomplish so much. So yeah, having those roles has been important, or just those power talks every morning or most mornings. But we're also friends. So we find that tricky. We're going to say we're going to have a friendship talk, a friendship meeting this week because I don't even know what's going on in your life. You don't know what's going on in my life. And that's important too.
Yeah.
I love the intentionality behind that, right? I mean, it is really interesting. I love your comment. When you get started, you have no idea what you're doing, what's going to happen. I'm like, what, 15 years in, I still don't know what's going on. So, it makes total sense. But I think the biggest thing is with co-founders being able to have those conversations where you're like, okay, maybe we've got to the stage in our business where we do need to split roles a little bit, or maybe we haven't talked to each other like human beings in the last week, only task
Yeah.
list items, so scheduling that in. So that's impressive that you've been able to do that.
Yeah, it took a lot of time, but I think one thing that works well for Rach and I as co-founders is our lives are scarily similar. We've got same amount of kids around the same age. Our husbands do a similar job for the same company, actually. And yeah, it helps us. It helps us understand what the other person's sort of capacity is, and we can really, yeah, help each other in that regard.
Yeah, it's interesting. Sometimes co-founder relationships can be quite difficult. But I actually love it when two friends get together because it can actually be so amazing because you do actually have more of an appreciation for what the other person is going through. So rather
Yeah.
than, being with a co-founder being like, oh, they're not doing as many emails as me or they're not doing enough hours or whatever, you kind of like, oh no, it's like seasonality. Like I know what has happening in her life right now, so I can, pick up the slack a little when I need to and vice versa.
Yeah. And we spoke about this recently. Rachel's been working so incredibly hard on the business, on the website and the business, of course. And yeah, just entrenched in that. And then, it's launched and we're having teething issues naturally. And an opportunity for her to go to Fraser Island come up. And she's like, oh, I'm going to take the Starlink and my laptop. And I was like, no, no, please don't. Like, you need this
Mm.
break. And you can identify that when you are friends and of course when you're good business partners that person needs a break, and I've got a break coming up, so I've got this energy to support her break.
Mm.
But again,
Yeah,
something we want
I
to
think
implement more of this year is scheduling time off, because when it's your own business and you're very passionate, that time off isn't scheduled for you.
yeah. And I think the other thing is like a lot of people do say, "Oh, like how do you do it? Like how do you run a business with someone else?" And I think that a lot of people who do start a business, they're very like that they could never imagine doing it with anyone else because it's like their way or this. Whereas for me, I couldn't, I would have left 3 years ago. It wasn't for Aleace. Like, I know that when I do take a week off, somebody who equally loves it as much as I do, she takes over
Mm.
and I can check out. Yeah, no, I shouldn't say I would drop, but business is hard. And and I'm not saying that our business is any harder than anyone else's, but we do kind of have this two side. We've got the creatives and we've got the hosts. And so,
Mm.
yeah, it's a service, which like, I mean, so many times, and somebody who's listening to this who has a product business will probably maybe disagree, but sometimes we're like, oh, I wish we had a product. Like we know exactly
The
what to do.
grass is always greener.
The grass is always greener.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think the thing that does is that we can, and we definitely need to do it more, but we can, when the other one goes away, like I knew in that week off that that Aleace was all over it and that
Mm.
I could actually switch off. Probably for the first time in 5 years. But
Well, we
that's
were
okay.
just saying that, right? About the Christmas break that's just been, it's like,
Yeah,
what?
yeah,
What was
yeah.
that?
Mm, yeah.
Yeah, it's nice when founder relationships work. It
Mm,
is just so amazing because you're right. Like, it's lonely in business for
mm,
starters, but you
yeah,
don't ever get an opportunity to switch off. And I
yeah,
love you said she loves it just as much as me.
yeah.
And it's true because even if you have like a team, they don't care.
Mm,
Like, and yes, some of them do care about it very much, but nobody cares about your business like
yeah.
you do as the
Whereas
founder.
I know Elise does, and I just, yeah, I feel like I can't do this without her. So yeah,
Same feelings
hopefully she
mutual.
feels the same way about me.
Oh, this
It
is just
is.
a love fest. Oh my God, I love it. So, how
Energy.
did you even get into this as a business model?
Yeah. Yeah. It's so Rachel and I were both in Brisbane, one of your favorite cities. And we both recently moved there. So we actually met in Mount Isa, of all places. Our husbands both in mining. Rachel's doing nursing there, and I was in community relations. And then we started families and moved to Brisbane, and we're both on maternity leave. And we thought, Rachel was thinking, I don't maybe want to go back to nursing. I want to have something that's more flexible. I feel bad, yeah, leaving the little one and going and doing 12 hours. It's just not my ideal lifestyle. And started looking into things, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. And I hadn't really thought what I was going to do yet, because I had to leave my job in ISA. And then I was planning a wedding at the time, and it was like it was the worst time, pre-COVID.
Oh
And we
God.
saw,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll do long story short. We basically saw these houses on Instagram doing shoots, and we thought, that's so cool. How do they do
Mm.
it? And we started researching, and it seems like this long drawn out process. There were the agencies that sort of play that middleman. But there was nothing that we saw in Australia that connected homes and brands like Airbnb. And we're like, wow, in our, I don't know, baby brains, we're like, we can do this. We can build a website. Like we have no tech experience, nothing like that. And we just started researching and speaking to people like Sophie Bell, Pepper Hart, who did it, and she was really helpful. I remember our first call with her, and she gave us all this information about what works for her. And then we started speaking to other established photo shoot owners, and then we started doing some research around people who just had nice homes, and we asked them, would you like to do it? And they were like, yeah, if you build something, we'll list on it. And then it snowballed from there, and we built a website and launched with 25 homes, which is really cool. And yeah, so that was back in 2021.
Wow.
We
launched in 2021. Yeah.
So when you say you built the website, is this DIY? Did you get help? Like, talk to me about the tech.
Yeah, again, we knew nothing, which I think that's a good thing. I think
totally, I agree. Yeah.
Honestly, knowing nothing is just the best thing. Knowing what we know now. But yeah, so we actually just spoke to friends and then got a recommendation, and then we spoke to a few people, and then it was like, and it was our first thing going out. Like we also, don't get me wrong, our husbands are very supportive of what we were doing. They always have been, but we were going out to see if there was a market for this. So there was obviously a budget around it, and what we came to in the end was a theme that we needed to customize a bit, not us, a web developer, turning it from overnight stays to day, which it served us really, really well for the first, up until we got rid of it recently. But because it was a theme and because we had customized it, like any software, you need to update it. And because, when we would go to update it, things would break. And there was only so much we could do. It was built on WordPress. There was only so much Aleace and I have so many ideas, and getting those things done just wasn't, so that was how we started there. And we did look at DIY, like there are some websites where you can do those things, but we were always, with what we were putting out, we were like, yes, it needs to be basic. Yes, it needs to be an MVP, but it also needs to be good enough that people are going to use it. Because if a website's not good, people are going to be like, nah, this isn't, I'm out, I'm off this. So that was really important as well. And then, that was that part.
And so the new one that you've just built, was that yourself or a developer again for that?
Yeah, a developer.
It was a developer.
Yeah.
How have you found that process of working with a tech person? I can see the smirks. The loaded question.
So the first time we've told this story.
Oh yeah, this is something we want to talk about more, but it's hard to talk about. We lost a lot of money and even more a lot of time. And we trusted a developer, built a relationship with him, and he took us for a ride. And 18 months later, like I had a baby, and like we both had babies in that time. Like that's how long it took. And then we got nothing at the end of it. It was like this torturous process of it's coming. I need some more money for this. It's coming. And when you reflect on that time now, you think red flag. But you're just hoping and you're trusting, and you have meetings with this person each week, and you think it's coming. We've got to believe it's coming, and we don't want to upset them because they hold all the cards and they hold all the money now. And what leverage do we have? And they got to a point where, we do have some trust issues now. But
yes, I can understand that's valid. Yes.
Yeah. And we just had to cut our losses, and we are exploring some ways to potentially recoup some costs there. But that process is also going to draw our attention away from the business. And attention is
Mm.
time, time is money. So it's hard to channel that attention there. But we did find through a recommendation another team. So yeah, this man was local, and yeah, another team offshore, and through recommendation, and we thought, oh, too good to be true. No, it won't happen. And
Now you're jaded. Yeah.
so jaded.
Yeah.
And but they've been amazing. They've been great.
Oh,
They've been able to
cool.
accomplish what we had visualized. Like, we got these incredible figments done by a great Sunshine Coast guy, and they've done it, and they've nailed it, and nothing's too hard, and nothing
wow.
is impossible. And we've never had that on the old WordPress site. And in that second sort of build, I don't know what we call that stage, but now we do. So the future looks bright.
Wow.
But yeah, it was very difficult.
I think it's a weird thing. Like, one of the things that was the hardest thing to do, but also one of the bravest and one of the right decisions to do, was to cut our losses with him. Like,
Yeah.
we could have just kept going and, oh yeah, we'll have a meeting next week and we'll have a meeting next week, and like, but I just will remember this day that Aleace and I were just like, this is it.
Mm.
We're breaking up with him because
Yeah.
we were out of control now. Like, he was in control, we were out of control, and we needed to take control back of our business and of where the future of Aloca. And
But it
yeah,
got
I
to the
feel like,
point where we would use that language, and then we got told that we were being emotionally coercive. Is that the? I
You're
mean,
kidding me.
no. So it was this crazy situation, yeah, where we were, our hands were tied. And we thought there's a point where, like, okay, if we invest again with this other team, we could end up with two websites. Like, we still believed that
mm,
maybe they would deliver and we would end up with two websites. Like, I think about that now, and it's laughable, right?
so funny.
Websites.
The things we tell ourselves to be okay.
Yeah.
Literally. Yeah.
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 Oh, wow.
And so you can see how in those 18 months, particularly the last like that period, how being in business with somebody else is like, I don't know, just
Risky?
no. I don't think we could have got through that without each other.
Oh, I see what you mean with
Yeah.
these. I thought I was
Yeah.
thinking about the other guy.
No.
Yeah.
He was a
Yep.
contractor. He wasn't. But yeah,
But
just
yeah.
that time where it's just like, and
Yeah.
we
We've got each
literally would
other.
have, like, it was the weirdest thing. Like, one of us would have a hard day, and the other one would be like, no, it's okay. It's going to be all right. Everything's going to be okay. And then the other one would, and it would just, yeah, it's sort of,
Yeah.
I think too, the other thing, like anyone in a relationship with your partner or whatever, when the other one is having that hard time, the other one does automatically like rise, like, it's okay, I've got this. I'm gonna, yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, don't
That's
ever wish to go
incredible.
through that ever again. But we
But
learnt so many lessons.
there is this, I think, as women too, this, it's tricky. We know that we need to do something. And someone said to us once that there's money involved and time and all that, but what if they do it to somebody else? And
Mm.
that's something that sticks with us. Like, we probably need to do something so other people don't have this.
Well, I think the thing that is interesting here is you're not the first person telling this story. So this happened. So in my previous business, Scrunch, it was an influencer marketing software, and we had it happen to us. I lost my deposit for my house on somebody who didn't deliver.
Mm.
And I've had someone, so one of the girls in the Spark community, she has an app for pelvic health. Exactly the same story. She spent all of this money building an app and just for to have nothing delivered, and had to make that same decision, had to go, if I'm ever going to launch, I think I have to cut my losses and try someone else. And it just makes me want to build like a cautionary website of like developers that take women in business for a ride, because it's just, I just hear it so like time and time again. And we're talking about so much money here. It's insane.
And
And
people's time.
opportunity, like
Yeah.
lots. Yeah.
Yeah, 18 months. You think about like opportunity costs, like how the business might have grown in 18 months if you had the new fancy platform. It's not just the money you give these people, but it is that time and business growth as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the idea of that page.
Yeah, I'll let you know. I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's just insane though. And I mean, I love that you say that you've taken the lessons because,
Mm.
this, I hate to say it, but there's so much shit that goes on in business, isn't there? Whether it's a crazy, unhelpful developer, or if it's a customer issue, or if it's the market change, there is always stuff that we go through. So I think that, being able to adapt, and I just love how you said, take control of your business back, because at the end of the day, we're it, right? We are the business owners. We have to make the best decisions that we can, and learn from it. So I do love that you've taken a shit experience and gone, no, we actually in control here and we're going to grow our business how we want to.
Yeah, and I think that was probably always the like knowing the outcome once we accomplished what we have just accomplished. That
Mm.
feeling was always like that feeling's going to be super duper sweet when we get there and we're here. So yeah.
How does it feel? Have you celebrated? Have you had a glass of champagne?
Um, no, we haven't. Well, we have, but not together. Yeah, that first it was sort of like a little bit of a tricky launch because we wanted to launch over this quiet period. This is a really now it's ramping up, but over that
Mm.
quiet period and was a good time for us to launch because there's not many bookings coming through. So let's call it one a day. So if there's going to be a problem, that's one
Mm.
one problem each day that we're sort of figuring out. There were more problems than one problem a day, but yeah,
I
that
like the
worked well for us.
optimism.
I know. So we did launch probably a little bit sooner than what we. No regrets though, Danny. Like I
Mm.
just, it is
Good.
like it was the perfect storm. It sucked
Yeah.
because we wanted to hang out with our families and spend Christmas and do all that. And yes, we did take Christmas off, but and our kids are on school holidays and whatnot. But it was also at a time when both of our husbands had leave, so they could take the kids and a time when it is quiet in our business. So if any issues do arise, we're just dealing with a handful of people, not a
Mm.
thousand people. Um, and so I think, yeah, we will celebrate it soon.
Good, good. I want to see this
Yeah,
celebration.
yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
but it is, I think it's an interesting just comment on you can have the best laid plans and you did plan for, yep, this is the right time. It's going to be the quiet period. Invariably things will go wrong. So all you can do is plan for it and adapt and keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what we've found that there's probably things we wouldn't have been able to test, or maybe we would have, but we would have made excuses to not launch until we got everything perfect. And
Mm.
but we feel really supported by our team when things do go wrong. They're there to fix it and they fix it quickly.
Awesome.
And that's nice. That's like a big hug or a warm blanket. And yeah, definitely needed in our tech space.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just when you find great people, like hang on to them like nothing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I mean,
Yeah.
it's interesting. I guess it's true, people in general, right? You bring on, I know I have a bad taste in my mouth about tech because I've had that experience, but you hear it all the time about hires for businesses. I was doing another, actually, it wasn't a podcast, it was just a call with a woman in business the other day who had someone literally try and steal her business. So someone who came in as a contractor basically started like taking her off the admins of things. And so you just, you've got to be really
Very.
careful with people and find great people. And then when you find them, like, don't let them go.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Mm,
I think that's something, like you said, was a bit jaded before, is we've always been willing to invest in the right people. It's just
Mm.
sometimes hard to find the right people.
Yeah,
But yeah, when you find them,
I
you do
love it.
anything to make them stay.
Yes, definitely. So does this mean now all of the amazing ideas and shiny things you want to build for the business is possible?
yeah. Yeah. I feel like we're really close to getting so we only launched like three weeks ago. Is that right?
Yeah, about that.
Yeah. No, nearly 4 weeks ago. Yeah. And we're really close to getting everything done in that, like so much has been done in 4 weeks, that I feel like we're getting close to doing the shiny things that we want to do. That I mean, lots of shiny things have happened in this period, but yeah, we have some really big ideas that yeah, we're going to build with our team, and nothing's not possible. So yeah, it's a good place to be right now.
That's incredible. So what does 2026 hold for you in the business?
Yeah, it's so we this year we bring our brands together. So we have Aloca we've been talking about, but we also have Shoot Location Success, which is a
Ooh,
course that we built on the back of Aloca. And it's all about how to build a profitable shoot location, because we found every day
cool.
constantly. Yesterday I was on the phone to a guy about, yeah, he had all these questions about what makes a good host and what he can do to bring, yeah, another income into his family, and how he should price his property, what snacks he should put out, should he offer 15 minutes early? Like, there was all these questions. We jam-packed them into this amazing course. And we always thought, we made a mistake here. We always thought that they should stand alone, that they should be independent of each other. And yeah, now we actually realize that they belong together. One only exists because of the other. I guess we wanted to be unbiased. We wanted to provide information in the course, and we do, on everyone, the DIYs, the platforms like us, the agencies, and let people make their own decision. But now we're like, we've put all this work into the course. It's actually hard to build two brands at the same time. They belong together, that's okay. And if we can make our local hosts even more amazing local hosts by giving them that knowledge, or the opportunity to get that knowledge first and foremost, then that's okay. And so that's one part of this year. Yeah, I guess they were, someone said, like cousins, now they're sisters. They're going to be, yeah, right next door. Yeah, new website features and scaling this year. So we've got the CRM, the website, we've got everything in place to turn it up a notch while remaining lean.
Awesome. And so is that the strategy, to stay small but obviously scalable?
Yeah, absolutely. So we want to still provide amazing customer service and jump on calls, but that's why we built the course too, so people can, they don't need to rely on Rachel I picking up the phone, or Amy who works with us. They can get all that knowledge themselves and create these businesses using our platform and the tools that we've created for them.
Yeah.
And then we just keep evolving the tech so they've got that support there. And yeah, it saves brands money and time, because they're not relying on, a person in an agency to get back to them with some recommendations that they think is correct. We just want to, give the brands the right tools so they can find what they need fast, deal direct with the host, get the answers they need quickly, and have a great campaign.
That's so cool. I love it. I love scaling with technology and systems over people. I think people are fantastic, but sometimes we can get quite bogged down in the idea that you need, 10 people on your team, 20 people on your team to have a successful business. I think the more you can leverage tools, automation, custom builds, I think the more exciting your business can be. And I think, the more it supports you and your scale growth goals as well.
Yeah. Yeah. One thing we do want to do this year, I'm going to put it out here, is with our course, we realize that people love to go to events, and a course is great. If you want to binge it like Netflix, you can. It's 10 hours, jump in, learn as much as you can. There's worksheets and things like that. But Rachel and I love meeting our hosts. So if we when we get our tech streamlined and everything like that, they've got what they need, they feel supported. Rachel and I want to go on the road and offer our courses like a day workshop, and
Cool.
have really successful hosts on the panel and work one-on-one with them, in a room, and make sure they get that listing out live. And yeah, so that's exciting for us. It's scary,
Yeah.
but it's so achievable. And we've got so many amazing brands and founders that could join that as we travel across the country to, yeah, just provide a really great experience.
That is
Yeah, one
awesome.
part that we, when we did launch Shoot Location Success, is that we realized, yeah, how like we change so many homeowners' lives, and a lot of the people who the hosts that we work with are women who don't want to go back to work, are stay-at-home mums, and yeah, it's such a nice fit. Like I think when we first started Aloca, I always thought about the brands, but because we needed the homes before we had the brands. We built so many relationships with the homes, and then we were getting so much
Mm.
feedback about, you've changed my life. I love this. How do I do this? I want more. Da 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 da. And we're like these two people who knew absolutely nothing about anything in this world, in anything in this space or this world, or have any tech, and we're changing these people's lives, and that's like, yeah, that's so that's just really nice. And I think that in the last 18 months, and this is a good example where like I feel like in my head I can be so focused on like, get this website, got to get it sorted. Would struggle to see like that, whereas Aleace would every
Mm.
now and again talk about this. And now that we've got to where we are now, I'm like, I'm excited again to go and do that, because that's what lights us up. Not really sitting in front of a computer building a website. No offense. But yeah, that's the exciting bit. Like I love talking with other people.
Yeah, it's incredible that you've been able to build something that's obviously so successful, obviously, a fantastic business model, scalable, all of those things, but actually has impact as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm.
And you think that, oh, it's going to change the creatives' lives. I think it equally changes the hosts' lives too.
That is
Yeah.
amazing.
Mm.
So you talked about in the early days, you had to have the houses and the hosts first to kind of get the brands on board. What has like acquisition looked like for you guys? How have you actually gone out and found the homes, found the creatives, like, and actually made that ecosystem come together so that people know you and book you?
Mm.
Yeah, I think as cliche as it sounds, it's that community building. And
Mm.
to us, that sounded really fluffy in the beginning, but we are always in our DMs. Instagram's really big for us. We encourage other homes to be on Instagram and to build their brands. And we, yeah, so we've got Google ads turned off right now because, we're doing all this testing on our side and we want to make sure the conversions are working properly when we turn them back on and all this background stuff. But we're getting new hosts and new creatives joining us daily, and they're coming in. So these are organic leads from
Wow.
the community, that it's word of mouth. Yeah. And it's great. I think it's because the business it's a win-win. So if a photographer's at a house and they are taking photos of the house for the person, they can see the value in offering Aloca to that homeowner because they're giving something
Mm.
back. They're getting paid to be there. And it's just this nice sort of ecosystem where then that photographer's also got another location to shoot at. They know that we'll look after them if they recommend us, look after the hosts, and take care of them and guide them through the process. So, yeah, social media for us has been,
Mhm.
yeah, really, really impactful.
Yeah, and I love it's interesting talking about community word of mouth relationships, that there is something so powerful there. It's something that's kind of unscalable. You think social media, cool, think Google Ads, cool. You can kind of learn them, grow them, but there is something so incredible about actually having a conversation with a human, making sure they're looked after, like you said, impacting their life, helping them grow their business, their brand on socials. You guys being there for those people and investing so much time in those one-to-one relationships. I think that's how you get the scale out of everything. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And at the beginning, we didn't spend any, like all of at the big when we first launched Aloca back in 2021, all of our money was into the tech. It wasn't into like marketing or social media,
Mm.
anything like that. That was just Aleace and I every day building relationships with people. And then and that was kind of how we also then like figured out our roles. I was like, I'll do more operations, and Aleace did marketing. And Aleace has like, we have people comment all the time. Like anybody who goes and looks in the back end of everything, it's always social media, organic socials. They're like, it is insane what you guys have grown. Like what we've grown is all organic. It's not, yeah, we've done a little bit of paid marketing, but it hasn't, in my opinion, done anything. But and so that piece too. There comes a point though where when it's your business and you are talking to people and there are comments that go around like, oh, so what do you guys take from the amount or this? And you start to take things personally. And so then it's almost like, okay, you do need to take a little bit of a step back and bring somebody else in who's just like, this is how it works, this is what's going on. But
Yes.
I feel like there's nothing. The thing that's worked the best in our business is us knowing nothing at the beginning and us just having so much energy just to build to where we are today. But what has been nice since doing the last 4 weeks, is going back to that day to day and reconnecting with our hosts and creatives. I mean, yeah, we do like speak with them occasionally, but most of the time, yeah, we don't.
Feels like we've started again, hasn't it?
Starting again.
Yeah.
Wow. It's something about that like new business energy that's so good when you have it. Sometimes after a few years it wanes. No. I often think fondly back to those times where I would just, sit in bed at midnight because I was so excited to work on my thing. And now I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to get out of bed.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, so good. Oh, I love it. I could talk to you both all day, but always love to wrap up these podcasts with one last piece of advice. So, reflecting on your time in business, what would be a piece of advice that you would give to another woman on her business journey?
Something someone said to me recently was regret the things you do, not the things you don't do. And I liked that because there's been many times in the business where you may doubt you're making the right decision and not do it. And then later you might see someone else has done it and you could have done it and you think, and then even that moment you still can. And that's like, it's okay. But that feeling of if it doesn't work, it's okay. Fail forward and keep trying. But yeah, don't regret. Try not to regret things that you haven't done.
Yeah.
I think it's a big thing.
I think I've definitely already said it. Just if it's at the beginning, for like 2 pieces of advice. If it's at the beginning, if you're unsure whether you're like, oh, shouldn't I? Go for it. Just do it, because what have you got to lose? And secondly, when it feels hard, like really, really hard, like I don't want to do this anymore hard, just push a little bit further. I would not have given that advice a few weeks ago. But just go a little tiny little bit further.
Yeah. And then take a break.
I actually love that one. I think it was a Seth Godin quote. He said something about the resistance. And it's like when you feel that resistance, that's actually the sign that you're doing something worthwhile. So every time I to that point, I go, just keep going, just push a little bit harder, just a little bit longer. Because you always get through it, don't you? Like you always survive.
Totally. Even when you think you're not going to, you get through it. Yeah.
Oh my God, you're both incredible.
Sorry, I was just going to say, even just before jumping on this podcast, because we haven't done many of these before, you get that uncomfortable feeling and it's actually harder to do it than it is to maybe reschedule it or to move it. But right now we feel wonderful that we've done it. So thank you.
I am so grateful to you both for sharing your story. Thank you for not rescheduling. Thanks for coming on and hanging out. Totally. It's and it's so, business is so windy, windy, hard, ups and downs, and it's just so nice to hear from incredible women like yourself who are in the trenches, getting it done and building something incredible. So thank you for sharing your story with us.
Thank you. Thank you for creating the Spark community.
Thanks for having us.
That wraps another episode of Spark TV. Shout out to Spark TV sponsor IP Australia for their amazing support of the Spark podcast and women in business. And if no one tells you today, you've got this.